Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So before we begin, I would just like to give a quick shout out to Pamela. Hey girl, you were the first to comment on my last video, and I just want to say thank you so much for all of your support. So today, before we begin, I want to say thank you guys so much for 7K. Like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna have a giveaway soon, so be sure to have your post notifications on and everything because that is coming. I also wanted to say that the story times are doing really well. You guys seem to be enjoying the story times and tutorials, but I'm also thinking about adding in another segment and called Ask Alex or Ask Lexi. I don't know, something along those lines. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm thinking about having people ask a whole bunch of questions about anything, life or whatever girl talk subjects to talk about, and I would just make a video on that. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I'm thinking Ask Lexi, and we just have girl talk. Maybe you have a situation that you're trying to navigate, or if you want to know about my thoughts on anything. Yeah, let me know how you feel about it. For today's video, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a walkthrough or a story time, but I think I'm gonna do a story time. Let's get started with this story time. It's a bestie sent in this story time about losing her V card. If you see my previous videos, then you know we're doing a V card type of thing right now where some of you guys are sending me in your stories on how you lost your V card. So yeah, let's jump right into this story. So at the time, I was 16 years old and I was out of town, not with my parents. I was with my cousins. My cousins were Jamaican and they were very wild. My cousins were all older than me. I was the youngest and they were all in their late 20s. So they took me to a festival. If you guys know those carnivals, those Caribbean festivals where people wear those decked out and bling and everything, carnival costumes that have wings, you know what I'm talking about? That's what she's talking about in this story time. And I'll include a picture if I remember, if editing me remembers of what I'm talking about. But she was with her cousins and she was going to one of those festivals. So I was super excited because I've always came down to the festivals just to watch, but I was never actually in it. And this time I would actually be in it. So I was just chilling with my cousins, running errands, doing girl stuff, getting makeup, hair stuff, and getting and trying on our costumes. Like I said, I was the youngest. I was 16 and the rest of my cousins were in their late 20s, but they acted like I was also in my late 20s as well. So we're getting ready for the festival at one of my cousin's girlfriend's house, and it's a group of about 5 of us. One of the girls did my makeup, and my cousins had paid for everything. Outfit, hair, everything. Last stop before joining in the festival was a liquor run. We went to the liquor store, and they asked me what I wanted, and I had never drank in my life, so I had no clue what I liked. So I told them just surprise me. Now, I saw this man at a liquor store, and keep this in mind, we didn't talk, but we exchanged eye contact, and the liquor store was about 2 minutes away from where the carnival started. My cousins came out and they gave me hard cider, something light that didn't have much alcohol in it, which to this day I love. I like hard cider too, to be honest. It's really good. So now we're in the festival, and if you've never been to a festival before, it gets so wild. People are dancing, twerking, everything, whole nine. There was a man that was so drunk there that he pulled out his wee-wee and just started peeing on everything. Disgusting. Nobody liked that. But this is how wild these carnivals/festivals get. Yeah, just a quick backstory. These festivals get really wild. People twerk all up and down the road, all up on each other. It gets that crazy. But yeah. So as I said, I was 16 at the time. I had never even tried alcohol, so I had never even twerked on anybody. I didn't even know how to dance like that, so I was really just vibing, shaking my hips, drinking my hard cider, and watching my cousins do their hotivities. I was taking notes. So as I'm walking down the festival, I spot to my left the same man that I saw at the liquor store again. We made eye contact again, and this time he started walking in the festival with me. So he wasn't standing directly next to me. He kept his distance, but I did realize that he was following us. At first I thought, a little creepy, but at the same time, he was super fine. He was a tall, light-skinned man with dreads. So as we're dancing in the festival, just having a grand old time, the man finally comes up to me. He asked me what my name was and how old I was. I told him I told him a fake name. I told him a fake name, and I also told him that I was 18 years old because I could tell that he was older, and if I told him my real age, there was no shot that he would even talk to me. That's how people get in trouble for real, and we'll talk about that later. But after that, he turns me around, and at carnivals, that means that he wants you to dance on him. Okay, so this might sound bad, but that's what happens at carnivals. Like, if they want to dance, they'll like turn you around and they'll ask you to dance on them. You can deny it, of course, but if you're into it, then yeah. And a lot of people are always like into it. So, as I said, I was 16 and I had never even twerked or tasted alcohol before. So I started dancing, didn't even know what I was doing, just taking notes and doing the same tricks that my cousins had been doing. I think he liked it because I felt something hard. So after that, he stayed with me during the whole carnival, the whole festival, and anytime another man would come up to me to want to dance, he would aggressively push them away and tell them to back off. I don't know, it just made me feel so happy. So after the carnival was over and my cousins were all done up, we went back to my cousin's house and I exchanged numbers with the man. My cousins asked me who the guy was, and I told them, I don't know, some guy who told me his name was Shizzy. So the festivities do not end there. After the carnival was over, well, at least for us, there was tons of parties to go to after. So I tell Shizzy about the parties that we're going to, and he said that he would meet us up at the parties. We're getting ready again to go to a day party, and we're just having a grand old time. Shizzy didn't meet us at this party. He said he would meet me at a party later, which I was fine with. So after this party, my cousins are well past drunk, and we go to another party, and it's late at night. It was a house party in somebody's backyard, and there was tons of people there, and Shizzy made it to this party. We met again, and this time we danced for a little bit, and then he pulled me away from the party to the other side of the road. So it was a house party in the backyard, and they went to the other side of the road, I guess, and just talked all night. I told my cousins where I was going, and my other cousin was on lookout for me, making sure that I was okay. So it wasn't like I just snuck off with them. Me and him talked all night. We talked about school, what he did. And y'all, let me tell you, I was lying like a sailor. I told him I was 18 years old. I told him that I was in college and anything I needed to say because I really liked this man and he was so fine. And I don't know, I just really liked him. So let's get into Shizzy and what he looked like. He was a tall, light-skinned man with dreads. He had a fresh cleanup with his dreads. Just a beautiful, beautiful sight. He was 27 years old, and he had on chains, a beanie. He had earrings, a chain, and a big pinky ring, and a black t-shirt. I can't remember anything else, but he was just a beautiful man. I know I was crazy, 16 years old, falling for a 27-year-old. And I know, super illegal, and I shouldn't have did it. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is how I lost my V card. After we talked all night, my cousins came across the street and told me that they needed to go home. I was staying with my cousins for the week. This was my second day there. Throughout the week we partied because the carnivals last about a week long. So one night I was staying at my grandma's house with my cousin, and Shizzy wanted me to meet with him. There was no way that I was telling my grandma that I was going out with a man at 11 o'clock at nighttime who they had no clue about not happening. So I told him to meet me at her house and maybe we could go from there. I was terrified. I waited until they fell asleep, but I was still scared that they would catch me. So I just told him to meet me at the house and we could hang out on her back porch. Oh my gosh. Shizzy comes and we're on my back porch just chilling and talking again. So I told him I was leaving and that I probably won't be back until next summer. And one thing led to another, and suddenly we were making out on the back of my grandma's porch. Next thing you know, his thing is hard and I have no clue what to do with it. I think he sensed that I had no clue what I was doing, so he took my hand and put it on top of it. I took it out of his pants and then I started to give him what I thought was head, but what was really the complete opposite. It was so terrible and I felt so bad. So then after that, he was sitting in the chair and okay, so it's going to get a little detailed right now, so if you don't want to hear this, then don't. But anyway, he was sitting in the chair and I sat on top of him on the chair and bounced for a few seconds, and that's how I lost my V card. Oh my gosh. It was very small and I barely felt it, and so definitely not what the hype was all about. And of course, after we finished doing it, he tells me his whole life story and tells me that he has a baby mama and 3 kids. Baby mama and 3 kids. Are you serious? You want to tell me this after the fact? It's fine because I had no intention of being with him anyway since I was leaving and I lived in a whole different state. And on top of that, I was only 16 years old. The story gets even better though. I ended up actually talking to this man for 2 whole years after that. Crazy, but we ended up texting still every day, and whenever I would go back up to my grandma's house to visit, I would see him. He would send me money randomly all the time, and eventually I told him the truth about my age when I turned 18. So wait, if he was 20, he was 29 years old when he found out that he was actually having sex with a 16-year-old. Oh my god. I would be like, whoa. Long story short, after I admitted to him about that whole secret, I never heard from him again. And that was the last time I ever heard from Shizzy on my 18th birthday when I told him the truth. Wow, that's a crazy story. You're girl, that's how men get in trouble. That really is how men get in trouble, but hey. Not on your grandmama's porch though. Like, not in her backyard. That is crazy. Thank you so much for sending over the story. I'm sorry. I'm just in tears. It's really the fact that you told him you was 18 years old and you told him on your 18th birthday when you really turned 18 and he stopped talking to you. Like, girl. But anyway, thank you so much for sending over this story. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to give me a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys have any crazy how you lost your V-card stories, check the description box below and you can send them to my email, or you can also DM them to me on Instagram. Or if you have any other stories in general that you would like to tell, definitely send those over. Thank you so much for all of your support. Again, thank you guys so much for 7K. It really makes my heart smile. But all right, so today is Saturday, so that means that I will see you guys on Monday, Memorial Day. And I hope you guys enjoyed the weekend. I know it's kind of crappy this weekend, but make the best out of it. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you on Monday. Bye.